Good morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Olivia, and I am checking in with you from my house. I know this is kind of strange, but we miss all of you very, very much, and we cannot wait to be back in the classroom with you on Tuesday. And I wanted to say to all the moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas that are helping out with the videos and the work this week, we thank you so much for your patience as we are trying to figure all this out. This is new territory for Miss Kathy and myself. So yesterday I know we had a few glitches and technical difficulties with getting the video uploaded. I think we have a bit of a better idea of what we're doing today. So hopefully today will go more smoothly and we'll be able to get everything to you in a more timely fashion. And we'll try to upload a couple of videos a day now that we've kind of gotten the hang of it. But we just want to thank you for your patience, and all of you have been extremely understanding about this week and how it's going to be. So we thank you so much, and we look forward to things being back to normal and being back in the room next week. So, boys and girls, let's get started. We're going to do circle time, but from our houses. So, I have a board just like how we do morning message at school. We have a whiteboard just like that here at Miss Olivia's house. So at the top, my kitchen light is reflecting, but we'll do our best, right? At the top, we have a morning message. Can any of you tell me, or mom or dad, what that morning message says? Do some of you know what those two words say? It says, good morning. If you got that right, that's awesome. Thumbs up for you. It says good morning. And what's this at the end of our message? It's not a period. What's that called? It's an exclamation point. So if you were able to say exclamation point, awesome job. So first thing it says we're going to do, number 1 says pledge. We don't have a pledge helper here at my house like we do at school, and I also don't have our flag like we have in our classroom, so we'll just do our best. We're going to say our pledge anyway. So go ahead and stand up. If you're sitting down, stand up, and we'll start. Ready? Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good job, boys and girls. Go ahead and sit back down if you were sitting. All right, next up on our morning message board, it says number 2. What do you think we're going to talk about second this morning? We're going to talk about the weather. I drew a cloud with some rain coming out because I looked outside this morning. I looked out my back door right there, and I can see on my back porch, my porch is all wet, my grill is all wet, the trees look wet, and the sky looks very gray and cloudy. So that is telling me that today looks like a rainy day. And you know what else? It's very chilly and cool outside. So if you were going to go outside, you might need to wear your big coat, zip it up. You might want to wear your gloves or mittens. You might want to wear your rain boots if you were going to go outside. So if we were at school and we were going to dress our weather sloth, we might give our sloth his umbrella to hold. We might give our sloth his big jacket, and we might give him his boots to wear. I'm hoping for a sunny day soon, so we'll have to check back in tomorrow and see if we're able to call it a sunny day. All right, let's see what's next. On our morning message board, number 3 says calendar. Calendar. So I don't have the calendar like we have at school. I don't have that really big one, so we're going to just do our best, right? So we're going to improvise. That means we're going to use what we have at home and still do our best. So I have a calendar. It's a little bit different from how Miss Kathy showed you the calendar yesterday, but it still will tell us what today is. So on my calendar, we've crossed off all the days that we've already been through, and that will lead us to where we are today. So can you look at this number and tell me or mom or dad or grandma what is today? What number is today? If you said 12, you are absolutely right. Thumbs up. Today is January 12th, 2021. And today is a Tuesday. We could call it Terrific Tuesday. Just like how we have Fabulous Friday, huh? All right. So I want to show you, you have 2 assignments that you'll do at home today. Actually 3, but 2 I'm going to explain first. So when mom or dad or grandma says you can get your packet, it's your big Ziploc bag like this. They're going to help you go in your packet, and the first work that we want you to do is a worksheet that looks like this. Now yours might have different pictures on it than this one does, but what you're going to do, this is called Count the Syllables. So let's talk about syllables for a second. You remember how at school we clap out the syllables in our name? So if I was going to clap out the syllables in my name, which is Olivia, I would say Olivia. How many syllables was that? 4. Olivia. If we were going to do the syllables in table, we would say table. How many is that? 2 syllables in table. So what I want you to do, I want mom or dad or whoever to help you find your syllable worksheet. You can write your name up here at the top. We always write our names first, right, boys and girls? Before we start our work, we write our names at the top of our paper, right? And then what you're going to do, you're going to look at each picture on your paper. So we would start here with flower. Flower. So you're going to look at that picture and you're going to count the syllables in flower. Flower. How many is that? 2. So then you would take a crayon, you can use a marker, a pen, whatever you have at home, and we would look here at these numbers and we would color in the number 2 because flower has 2 syllables. So you will do that for each of your pictures here. You will look at what the picture is, clap out the syllables, and color in the number that tells us how many syllables are in that word. Okay? I think you guys will be able to do this. You all seem to know your syllables pretty well, so I feel like you guys will do great at this. Okay, the second thing I want you to do today, this is going to be kind of fun. So I want you, I don't have anything in front of me, but I want you to see if mom or dad or whoever can help you, see if you have any magazines, catalogs from the store, coupon books, newspapers, whatever you can find with paper and words in it. And I want you to look through and find the first letter of your first name. So if you're flipping through a magazine, my name is Olivia. It starts with O. So every time I see the letter O in my magazine, I'm going to cut that O out and I'm going to glue it on a piece of paper. Once you're done, you find all of your first letter that you can. I want you to count how many you found. See how many you can find. So you could, it could be a newspaper, whatever you have at home that you're willing to let them cut up. They will find their first letter of their first name as many times as they can. It's great cutting practice. And then you will glue it on a piece of paper and count how many you were able to find. I hope you all can find a whole bunch. All right, and the last thing we want you to do today, I'm going to read you a story. Do you know what story this is? Some of you might know. This is Pete the Cat and his groovy buttons. So I'm going to read you this story, and then we're going to talk about what we want you to do after the story's over. All right, I hope some of you might know this story. If you don't, I'm sure you'll love it. Me and Miss Kathy love Pete the Cat. So I hope you will too. This is Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3, 'cause 4 minus 1 equals 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Oh no, another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1 button. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Oh no, the last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? His belly button. He kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. The end. So the last thing I want you to do today, boys and girls, I want you to get a piece of paper and maybe some crayons or markers, whatever you have at home. And I want you to draw a picture of your favorite part of this story. Maybe you like how Pete's riding on a skateboard on the cover. Maybe you like it when his buttons were popping off. Maybe you liked it at the end when Pete found his belly button. And look, he's on a surfboard in the ocean. So I want you to think back to this story, and I want you to think about what was your favorite part, and you're going to draw a picture of that for Mom and Dad. All right? So that's your 3 things today that you're going to work on. Your syllable sheet. You're going to go on a letter hunt for the first letter of your first name. You're going to cut it out, glue it on paper, and count how many you can find. And then you're going to draw your favorite part of Pete the Cat and his groovy buttons. Okay? I look forward to seeing all of you super soon. I miss all of you so much. Moms and dads and grandmas, if anyone has any questions, please just shoot me an email. I'm trying to check it all the time so I can answer you in a timely manner. And I think we'll try and have some other videos later today, maybe another story for you guys, okay? We miss you so much, and I hope to see you very soon, okay? Bye, everybody.